Pet Life Radio.
This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
This is Michelle Fern, your host on Cattitude. You know, one thing about whether it's summertime or anytime, you need to keep your cats hydrated. That is so important. And sometimes it's challenging, you know, they don't want to drink from the bowl. They're not little dogs. So what do? Well, my guest today has a lot of great info about hydrating your cats, and we're going to talk a little bit about some things you can use to really help with hydrating your cats. So we're going to be right back.
How many of you have pets? My hand's raised. Now think about how lucky you are to have such a sweet little pet in your life, and that pet is lucky to have you too. But unfortunately, there are countless pets out there that don't have a home to call their own. However, Bob's from Skechers is trying to change that. So we developed Bob's for dogs and cats to help pets in need. With every purchase of adorable Bob's footwear or fun, stylish apparel, or even the cutest Bob's pet accessories, Skechers makes a donation to Petco Love to help save shelter pets. And with your help, we've already saved the lives of over 1 million pets and raised over $7 million. So while you're getting style and comfort with features like Skechers' famous memory foam cushioning, you're also helping to save an adorable pet in need and helping another lucky owner be connected with a future best friend and companion. Because happiness is having a loving pet by your side. Find Bob's at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, select Petco locations, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to welcome Damian Hall. He's the Senior Marketing Manager at Catit and an expert on hydrating cats, making sure your cats drink water. Welcome, Damian.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm great. How you doing?
Oh, I'm living the dream, enjoying summer.
Hey, that's always good, right? It's a hot summer this year. It seems hot everywhere, really hot.
It is. I'm actually in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and we've had a very hot summer. Very warm days, lots of humidity.
That's my world all the time. So I don't feel that sorry for you. Sorry. At least you get a break with in about a few. When does it change? Like in a month?
We'll start getting a little bit cooler towards the end of August. Then we'll get, a fake fall, and then it'll get hot again, and then it'll be just miserable and cold for 4 or 5 months.
Okay, well, I'll send you warm weather during the cold times. But yeah, when even, no matter where you live, I mean, we have a lot of listeners in the US, but we have listeners all over the world. It just seems like this summer is so hot. And, the majority of cats, at least in the US, tend to be indoor cats. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
But even indoor cats, a lot of people, they watch the temps on the AC. Not everybody. Where I live, you have to have AC in South Florida, or you just, I don't know, you can't survive. But not everybody has, AC or central AC. So it's hot. But it's not only important that cats drink water when it's hot, it's important all the time. It's something that we talk about, and it's a problem, but we don't always, as, pet parents, think about what we could do to make it more fun for your cats. You have to engage them, more engaging for your cats so they drink more.
Absolutely. The hydration issues or the lack of hydration issues that cats experience are sometimes severe, and they're very important, and they should be addressed. Urinary tract infections and the like. So as responsible pet parents, it's vital that we provide our pets with running water, enough fresh water to meet their basic needs, because, as we know, we're solely responsible for all of their needs, and hydration right up there. One of the most important things in, water is life. And ironically, crazy enough, cats don't always want to drink water. And why is that? It's a biological imperative that we drink water. But, as we all know cats, and cats don't like sitting water. They like to drink out of the faucet. They like to drink out of fountains, or like they want running water as opposed to still water. And so, it's very important that we provide those opportunities for cats so they drink more.
No, I grew up with dogs. Okay. My first cat wasn't until, years and years later. And that was Dennis, who found me. And Dennis drank out of the dog bowl. So Dennis is part Maine Coon. So I know he's a cat, but they always say the Maine Coons are the dogs of the cat world. They're so different. And it wasn't until my next cat that I realized drinking water, having your cats drink water is more difficult than it sounds. You're right, because it does. If they don't drink, you have a lot of health issues that can come up. So, sometimes I think it has to do with they're domesticated, but they're still very instinctual from, way back when. They still like to hunt, even if they're fed, I think way back when, they didn't drink a lot in the wild.
No, and that's the thing, cats in the wild aren't necessarily going out, they're not going to the faucet and they're not getting water. How are they getting water? A lot of cats are in the wild are getting a lot of their hydration through hunting. When we look at the biological cousins of the cats that are out in there, lions and tigers, they're out there hunting, and that's where they're getting some of their water. And of course, they'll go up to the pond in the Serengeti when it's there. But now we're looking at a domesticated cat. Well, where are they getting it? What are we feeding them? It's important to have a balanced, nutritious diet, right? So that you want to have some wet foods that provide some of this water. You want to have dry foods that provide other nutrients for the cat as well. And then, we look at what are the alternatives to encourage a cat to drink. You've seen the, like creamy treats that we make, or some other manufacturers make, it's almost like the Go-Gurt treat that's a little bit of liquid. Cats can get liquid from that. They get it from, obviously from their foods. But it's important that we provide these opportunities, because you're right. Some cats are finicky. Obviously not all cats, but as we all know, cats have a spectrum of personalities, quirks, and, we love them all. But some of them we really have to encourage. Some people, we've talked to customers that say, oh, my cat only drinks out of the faucet when I have the faucet running. And it makes us think like, oh, there's an opportunity there. We've got to help these cats. We've got to help these pet parents.
I think you're absolutely right. Running water in front of a cat is everything. I mean, how many pictures do you see on Facebook, Instagram,
Absolutely.
wherever else? But, the sink in the water and the cat's playing with it or turns it on himself.
Yep, absolutely. And you know what? We love those videos. We love watching the cat go get their own drink. But, we also want to make sure that we, as Catit, we like to provide you with cat fountains and, drinking bowls that will encourage cats to drink as well, because we think that it's very important to do that as well.
Okay, let's talk about fountains.
Fountains. Love fountains.
I had one before I received the Catit one, and my cats were used to drinking out of it. But the Catit fountain is a whole other ballgame. I mean, it's just, I don't know, there's something about it. Besides that, it uses, smartphone features and all of that. And I know everybody listening, this isn't going to be too product-y, but just think about the idea of a fountain, or if your cat doesn't have a fountain, consider getting a fountain for your cat. Do you have any stats on cats with fountains versus not, and on how likely they are to drink if there's a water in a fountain versus water in a still bowl?
I wish I had facts and figures like that.
Yes. I would say about 70%. Because
I would agree. There's probably like a 70% fountain, non-fountain in cat households. I would like to say that every cat will drink out of a fountain, whether it's our fountain or someone else's fountain, because it's going to meet certain biological imperatives. It's going to be running water. A good thing about that running water, it's also cool. Running water is cool as opposed to sitting water.
And it doesn't get stuff in it, because when they drink, and if you have a multi-pet household, even if you have a bowl for every single one of them, which you can't always have that many bowls. Some people would have like Rita Reimer, you have 19 bowls of water around your house. She has like 19 or 20 cats. She's one of our hosts also. But, say you have 3 or 4, they still always go to the same one. or
Absolutely,
the same too. So you have that like gunk that sits at the top, magical little flies that you didn't even know were in your house end up in there. So it gets pretty nasty. So that I see is eliminated with the fountain as well.
Absolutely. Really good fountains should have some sort of filtration. We make them with a triple action filter, which is a solids filter, which basically it's a foam around the edge that picks up all that dirt, the dander, the flies. Then you have like a water softening agent, and then, a carbon filtration that's similar to, we would all know as, filtered water from our fridges or from a Brita or something like that. So that's, going back to some of our earlier comments about, clean water, that's it. Having a filter that is going to provide continuously running clean water is imperative for the cats. And these filtration systems that are available in filters help you do that. And, they're very easy to clean. It's a replacement filter. We've all, I think, gotten used to replacing filters, whether it's in our AC, whether it's in our water bottles or whatnot. So it's a very similar type of filtration system.
Okay, and then we'll talk about the design after the break. And also, I'll tell you what happened when I turned it on and what Molly experienced. She's my most inquisitive cat. We're going to be right back after this break. Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here. I have to tell you about this new musical podcast I discovered it's not only fun for the kids, it's fun for the adults too. It's from Wondery and it's Melon's House Party. It's a new musical podcast for the entire family to enjoy together. You can sing along with Melon, who's this adorable 8-pound dog with a 1,000-pound heart, and their friends as they have a party while their humans are away. With show-stopping songs, endearing characters, and laughs for all ages, this is one party you won't want to miss. On Melon's House Party, all the objects in the house can sing, from the couch to the fridge. Melon is our ears and eyes into the magical musical world that is right beneath our noses. So be sure to join the adventure as Melon and her best friend Couch go viral on the internet, or follow along as Melon runs for mayor of her dog park. Each episode will keep you laughing and singing along. With a memorable cast of characters, Melon's House Party is a musical adventure your family won't want to miss. Melon's House Party is such a fun, whimsical podcast. I was listening to it in the car and just having my own little car party. It's so much fun. Listen to Melon's House Party on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, or you can listen ad-free and early right now by subscribing to Wondery Plus Kids in Apple Podcasts or Wondery Plus in the Wondery app. Hey guys, Michelle Fern here. I want to tell you about Carlson Pet Products. They're a family-owned, budget-conscious company specializing in creating pet safety products to keep your pet happily protected from puppy through senior years. They have some great products: pet pens, folded elevated beds, crates, and pet gates. Their pet gates fit any size opening in your home. Most gates have a walk-through door for humans and a small door for your pet to go through. I've had a Carlson pet gate in my home for years and absolutely love it. And best of all, you're going to get 25% off and free shipping. Just visit carlsonpetproducts.com. And again, you'll get 25% off your order plus free shipping with the promo code PETLIFE.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Talking to Damian Hall. He's with Catit, and we're talking about cat hydration. And okay, so Damian, the design, everyone, it looks like a little cat. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen it. And it's lit, and the water comes out like a water fountain. So Molly actually thought, when I plugged it in, I just said, all right, let's see what's going to happen. And it took her, I think, half a day to actually drink from it. You know how when little kids drink out of a spigot from a water fountain, they get really close?
Yep.
That's how she drank from it. It was so I have pictures. Once the show goes up, I'll have these pictures on Instagram. It was hilarious. But tell us about the design, because I'm sure you could do a much better job than I did, and some of the smartphone features.
Okay, so the fountain that you have is our Pixie Smart Fountain. So that fountain has it's got a great design. It's got the little Whisker nightlight inlay, the ears on the sides, and, the paw prints as the base to hold up the base. The fountain itself this is our latest fountain. Just a quick little history. We've been making cat fountains for 20 years. And this is that latest incarnation. So within this, we think that we've brought it all together. As you mentioned, it's an app-driven fountain. So you can control the fountain from your app, but also there's some really interesting features in it that you don't see in many fountains. It's got a UVC sterilizer. So there's a light in the fountain that you can't see because we wouldn't want to be looking at UVC light that is going on for a certain period of time every hour, and it's sterilizing the water. So, that's getting rid of any impurities. Then you have our 3-stage filtration, which I mentioned earlier, where you have a water softening pad surrounded by a carbon filter and a foam cover that pulls all the dirt and the dander and the extra hair from the 10 cats that are drinking out of it, or the 1 cat that's drinking out of it. And it softens the water and it cleans it with the carbon. So all of that you can control with your app. So the app that we have will allow you to turn on the water cycle. So if you don't want to have it running all day, you can set it to go off on a timer. So it's on certain times, but it will also tell you when it's time to change the filter, when it's time to add more water. And I think really the fun part about it is, the little cat Whisker nightlight that I hope you're enjoying.
I love it. I think it's the most adorable thing. Just in case one of the cats didn't get used to the Pixie fountain, I left the other one, but I don't think anyone's touched the other one since I plugged it in. Molly and Dennis were first. Charlotte's scared of everything, so she finally got used to it and approached it. But it's phenomenal. So, Damian, what is this amazing smart app, Pixie fountain go for? What's the suggested selling price?
So the smart fountain with the app that you have is $129.99 suggested retail. The regular Pixie fountain, which has the filtration, obviously, and the pump and all that fun stuff, and that's $34.99.
Okay, and the filters for both are about how much?
They're about $12 to $15.99, depending on the size that you get. The filter packs, the replacement packs, are available in multi-packs. Typically, we recommend that people change their filters once every 30 days. And, I'll be honest with you, it's probably a good idea with whatever fountain that you have. So we sell them in multi-packs, so you're not running out to the store every time you need to replace it. So we think that's a good benefit to the.
I think the cost is very affordable. Because if you think about it, with, the regular Pixie fountain, of course, it's a lower price point, but you get so many more features with the Pixie fountain with the smart app. And if you think about it, a vet visit, sometimes they charge you, sometimes your vet's nice and you can bring multi-cats, but they add a little fee to see each one. Sometimes you could squeeze into, it depends. But a vet visit is generally $60, $75. You add medication in and boom, that's the cost of a Catit smart fountain.
Yeah, and it really is. It's an affordable fountain, not to brag too much. Catit and our parent company, we're a family-owned pet company. We've made fountains and pumps for many, 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 many years, and we're really good at it. So, these pumps that are in these fountains, whether it's the smart fountain or the regular fountain, it's a sealed pump. The only part that moves is the impeller, which can be taken out and cleaned. These pumps work for years and years and years. They're wet tested, so they'll just come in and we know that they're going to work for you.
Let's talk a little about the Catit fountain. What do you think are some ways to introduce your cats to it? I did what I call is the lazy person way. I turned it on and said, here you go, guys, because I was just stretched for time. And I thought, I'm going to keep the old fountain there, but I'm going to keep this here. Get used to it, which I kind of think is a good way. But do you have any better suggestions?
Really, I was going to pretty much mirror your suggestion, depending on what you're transitioning from. So if you're transitioning, say, from a bowl to the fountain, I would put the fountain next to the bowl and have the running water and really introduce your cat to that fountain. Let them know that, hey, here's running water. And cats are naturally inquisitive. They're going to go and say, what is this new thing that mom put in the kitchen? Why is this here? And then let nature take its course.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Cats are curious, right? So they're going to inspect it. They're always inspecting anything that's new. So they're going to come check it out. All right. I want to talk about some of the other things that Catit has, because cat lovers, Catit has all kinds of great things for your cats. But two other things that I tried that I love, well, especially my cats loved. We talked about it earlier, Damian, the Catit Creamy, the liquid treats.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Molly just got introduced to that, and we had tried. I think it was I don't know what kind we had. We got it as a sample of something, and it was okay. But something in the Catit treats makes her go nuts. So now, thank you. Every time I open the refrigerator, there she is. It's like
absolutely
every time.
See, that's the problem. I I would not want to say that this product is addictive. It's addictive like potato chips. You know, you never really just want to have one potato chip, right?
You know what? One of our show hosts, and this is Dr. Bernadine Cruz, she goes, cats are like potato chips. You can't have just one. Same with their treats, right?
Absolutely. So those treats are awesome. And you know what? We were talking about how hot it is and all that up in the Northeast and down in Florida. You know, the great thing about those is those can be frozen. Those can be a frozen popsicle treat for your cat. Have you tried that?
I didn't try that. And you guys sent me the most adorable little heart tray, so I'm going to have to try that too. Why I didn't try it is because my cats can't even wait for stuff to get frozen. But I have some in the refrigerator, and they try to share. You know, I only open one at a time because I'm not double handing it. So I have one open. You know, Dennis is licking, Molly's licking. And you have to be careful because you don't want them to have too much of a treat. But I could go through the whole pack in one day with those two. I don't, but I think I could.
What is good about that treat? It is a low-cal treat. So it's not going to be as if you were feeding them a bag of potato chips, which is good.
That's good because
on the positive
they're both fat. So that's good.
It's low fat. And also, as we mentioned earlier as well, it's a great way to get a little bit of hydration for your kitty. But that is, you know, by far one of our most popular treats. They're such a great treat, right? So whether you're using this as a bonding experience or you freeze them, you saw that we have that little heart shape that you can hold and the cat can lick it right off. But cats love it. And it's a great way to bond with your cat. So, you can bond with them over, popsicles. You can put it in the freezer, freeze it up a bit, and cats go crazy for it on a hot day. Or just when you want to have a little me time with a cat.
Or if you want to appear to not be the bad cat parent who just cut the nails.
Yep.
That's me. I'm the one who has to cut the nails all the time, or my spouse holds the cat. So I'm the meanie. So then I have to give the cat treats so the cats don't hate me,
It's not like the cat's manipulating us. We know that's not the case.
Right. Sure. You also sent me this really cool cabana called the Vesper Cabana, and it's open on all sides, which makes it more cooling and nicer for, cats. And Molly and Dennis were all about it right away. Got right into it. What is the difference between that versus your standard one? And I also like that it's a big size because my cats are big.
The cabana is part of our Vesper line, which is our Catit furniture. So our Catit furniture is not really typically looking like your typical carpet wrapped tubes and whatnot. So these are all designed to fit in your home. Multiple scratching surfaces, multiple laying surfaces, height, big cats, small cats. One of the things I really like about the cabana and the cubo that we have here, as you're trying, is that you can knock them down if you want. You can take them apart or you can leave them set up. But these things are great. They're the sides are scratch resistant, so it's got a laminated side, but it's got these nice resting areas for the cat, so they can sit there and in all their glory and comfort. and it fits within your home decor. You know, we've used neutral colors, classic designs. So really it will fit in just about any setting, in your home, in your office.
Well, you know what I like too, and like what I mentioned earlier, a lot of cat cabanas or hammocks are made for smaller cats. And, you know, Dennis is a mix, and he's just a big cat. Maine Coons are big.
Yep.
And my other two, well, one should not be as big as she is, but she just is.
We won't hold that against you.
Not all cats are made little. So a lot of the hammocks and all that are for smaller cats. And I mean, they're not giant. They're not 30 pounds, you know, but they're probably like 16. So they're bigger. So what I like about it is that it's comfortable for a bigger cat.
Absolutely. And that's important. You know, a lot of these decor pieces people look at and say, oh, my cat won't fit in it. And, you know, then we see the cat fit in the Amazon box and you're like, I think your cat will fit anywhere.
True. Yes. And they love boxes. Yes.
We like to give the cat a little bit of room. Our pieces are not overly large. They're to scale. But you'll see in that and in our other products that the lounging and hideout areas will fit a larger cat with no problem, or multiple cats. You know, we have customers that have two cats that want to, you know, hide out in one of the cottage or, you know, one of the Vesper pieces, and they can both fit in there just fine. Or in your case, a larger cat like a Maine Coon.
He just takes it over. It's all about him with the Vesper Cabana. Damian, Catit, of course, is all about cats, and Cattitude's all about cats. And, you know, we try not to be product forward, but, you know, Catit makes so many great cat products. And like you mentioned, family-owned business. Before I ask my question, I have another one. How many cats does everybody have total in the company, you think?
Oh, in our company? Oh, there's many, many cats. I would be afraid to count. We have office cats, we have home cats, we have neighborhood cats, we have, you know, multi-cat households.
How about you?
I live in an allergic household. I am unable to have a cat, so I have to live with my neighborhood cats.
So you have neighborhood cats. Okay.
I am the great cat uncle because as you can imagine, I work for a cat company. So all my friends with cats get to try really cool, fun toys like the Vesper or the Pixie Fountain.
So you have a lot of cat nieces and nephews, I guess. So
yes,
you go.
Yes.
So give us a brief, if possible, because I know you make so many products, a brief kind of listing of some of the products that Catit makes.
Well, you know, it's really easy. We really, really make products for every stage of a cat in your relationship. Everything from, we make foods, we make treats, we make furniture. Obviously, we make fountains. That's what we're really well known for. We make enrichment toys, harnesses, carriers. We're really A to Z across the line for everything that you would need for a cat.
There you go. So for everybody listening out there, there's always something you need for a cat. And this is the place to check out to get it. This is the company to check out for getting things for your cats. Where can people buy Catit products?
Our products are available online at our website at catit.com or at specialty retailers, pet retailers across the country, as well as other online retailers.
Well, like I said, I tried 3 and I thought they were fabulous. And I am going to be a recurring customer, especially for the treats, the filters, and I can see more in my future. So, Damian, I want to thank you so much for coming on Cattitude.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, Michelle.
Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed this show. You know, on Cattitude, I try not to introduce too many products, but I was so floored away with these products. And, you know, for cats, and cat hydration is so important. Please check out Catit if you get a chance. Their Pixie Fountain, Smart Fountain is amazing. The Pixie Fountain is great also, and they're both very affordable. So thank you so much to my guest for coming on Cattitude. Thanks to Molly and Charlotte and Dennis for being the curious cats you are, and they love the Pixie Fountain within days. Molly within hours. She's the most curious. Thanks to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound amazing. And a huge thank you to my Cattitude listening audience of, guess what, guys? Millions. I mean, we are heard all over the world, and there are millions of listeners. So thank you so much. And hey, remember, lose the attitude. Have Cattitude.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.